Welcome back to Top 5.
The arena atop Mount Olympus buzzed with an otherworldly energy, crackling like 1,000 storms waiting to break. Towering pillars rose into skies filled with swirling clouds, painted with shades of crimson and gold. The atmosphere was tense, crackling with the power of gods and the anticipation of the crowd. Deities from all corners of existence had gathered to witness the climax of a tournament that would shape the realms. Today, the final battle was between Vishnu, the 4-ranked god of preservation, and Odin, the 2-ranked allfather of the Norse pantheon. As the sun began to dip low on the horizon, casting elongated shadows across the marble floor, a palpable silence enveloped the arena. The grandiose spectators, a blend of former champions, celestial beings, and mythic creatures, knew that this matchup would not only test strength but would also push the limits of will and cunning. Vishnu stepped forward first, his multi-armed figure radiating an ethereal blue glow. With each arm adorned with potent symbols of creation and sustenance, he exuded an aura of serenity. Still, there was a tempest brewing beneath that tranquil visage. His eyes gleamed with determination, a promise of divine resilience. He knew well that this battle would demand every ounce of his vast power. Across the arena, Odin grinned, his eye burning bright with an ancient knowledge that only the Allfather possessed. His stoic presence was palpable as he clutched Gungnir, his legendary spear, with a grip that had crushed mountains and turned tides. Clad in a cloak spun from raven's feathers and adorned with runic armor, every inch of Odin showcased battle-hardened glory. The arena seemed to grow colder as a breeze whipped through, whispering promises of carnage and fate. The clash of titans began as Vishnu unfurled his arms, summoning waters of the cosmic oceans. They surged forth, cascading like waterfalls, surrounding Odin in a maelstrom of divine fluids. But the Allfather stood unyielding, bracing for impact. With a swift thrust of Gungnir, he pierced through the tower of water, dispersing it into vapor like morning dew. The ground trembled as Odin charged, transforming into a blur of fury, Gungnir dancing through the air with almost predatory grace. Vishnu countered with a protective barrier formed from sacred light, reflecting the spear's might with radiant energy. The resulting explosion resonated throughout Olympus, a shockwave that sent smaller gods skittering back in awe. But there was no time to breathe. Vishnu channeled his energy, eyes transforming into blazing stars as he called forth avatars of war, each illuminated figure stepping forth to defend their creator. Odin, undeterred, unleashed the Valkyries, the mightiest of his warriors, who dove into battle with the ferocity of a tempest. The arena became a cacophony of battle cries, as battle-hardened heroes clashed, and the air thickened with the tang of strife. As the warriors engaged in chaotic discord, both Vishnu and Odin engaged in a titanic duel, each landing blows that could crumble mountains. Vishnu favored swift, fluid strike patterns, each attack imbued with the essence of preservation and creation, while Odin countered with brutal efficiency, thrumming with the whispers of fate. Each parry, each strike, echoed throughout the ages, turning the combat into a symphony of destruction. Vishnu, with an energy surging deep within, unleashed a powerful burst of energy, streams of cosmic light exploding forth like stars reborn. Odin grinned, provoking fate, deflecting the strikes with sheer willpower, each explosion shimmering with the embers of divine power. The celestial arena illuminated, shifting colors, painting stories of ancient destinies in the skies above. Raging waves of energy collided, darkness swirling against illumination, and as the last echoes of the chorus of battle reached a crescendo, Odin made his final gamble. He conjured the full power of Yggdrasil, the world tree, infusing Gungnir with the essence of all worlds. With a blood-curdling roar, he heaved the spear forward, a heart-stopping lance of fate that pierced through Vishnu's brilliant defense. In an agonizing moment stretching into eternity, Vishnu faltered under the weight of destiny. The spear struck deep, cutting through his divine essence. The crowd held their breath as the arena flashed with blinding light, the very fabric of Olympus quaking as Vishnu crumbled, defeated. Silence fell over those gathered, giving way to an eruption of cheers and roars as Odin stood victorious, the embodiment of unyielding power and resolve. As the echoes of battle faded, a company of ethereal figures emerged from the crowd, gliding rather than walking. Their expressions were veiled with urgency, and in their hands lay an ornate, glimmering box. Without a word, they approached Odin, who stood panting, muscles coiled and eyes aflame with excitement and triumph. He took the box, adorned with celestial runes, and lifted the lid, revealing a ring that pulsed with a foreboding energy. Odin slipped the ring onto his finger, and an instantaneous surge of malevolent power coursed through him, wild and intoxicating. Tendrils of dark energy spiraled and whispered unfathomable secrets, heralding a new kind of power that made his skin prickle and tremble with anticipation. The wind howled as the skies above roiled, and in his very bones, he felt the tremors of something unearthly. Before he could comprehend what had taken hold of him, the sands of time shifted. Reality itself splintered around him, and a bright flash engulfed him completely. Moments later, he found himself in a stark and foreboding realm, cloudy with shadows yet shimmering with potential, contradicting and alluring. Waves of time passed in mere seconds, and Odin felt the tumult of souls long forgotten swirling within him. He was no longer merely the Allfather. He was a vessel of chaos and creation both. "Father," a booming voice echoed, resonating with an undeniable power, "are you ready?" Odin's voice groaned through the layers of newfound strength, surging through the air. "Always, my son." Before him stood Thor, his son, a titan not just of strength but of radiant ambition, reshaped by the energies of a different tournament that tested him against heroes and villains alike. The nuances of his time in a different tournament ebbed and flowed within him, forging him anew. But now, drawn together by the very elements of fate, they stood shoulder to shoulder, transformed. With a nod, Thor turned towards an ominous jar resting ominously in the dark, reminding them both of forgotten evils, the vessel that contained Hades' head, a source of darkness they would wield. "Shall we claim this power?" Thor asked, his voice reverberating in the twisted air. Odin's eyes gleamed with the embers of excitement and dread. "We are reborn, the realms will tremble before our might." And in that moment, both gods embraced their newly acquired power, the seduction of evil wrapping around their spirits like a shroud. Destiny loomed over them, dark and intoxicating, ready to rewrite itself as father and son stood at the precipice of a new era of chaos and dominion. But the skies darkened and howled, the air thick with foreboding as they exchanged determined glances, knowing that their journey had just begun. The towering arena, the cascading waters of Olympus, all of it was but the epilogue to a tale that would echo through time, an ominous promise resonating through the cosmos.
In a faded dream where the shadows play, I'm drifting through the night, chasing ghosts away.